lived on a farm that my father took care of for my grandparents.
Yeah.
And then we had a sheep farm. It was a grain farm, and then we had a sheep farm. And then, unfortunately, Dad had picked the wrong time to do sheep because the market was down.
Yeah.
And then that failed. So then he got a job in Greencastle, Indiana, which is where DePauw University is.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of that.
Of course, yeah.
But he actually worked in a prison that was just a little bit out of Greencastle. So we moved up there, and I had some kind of difficult situations that happened, and so then I decided I wanted to be an exchange student. So I went to Australia for a year as a junior and senior in high school.
Wow.
And had an awesome time. I loved it, and I would really like to go back someday.
Wow.
Just to visit, but I haven't done that yet. So then I came back, finished my senior year, and I went to Goshen College in Goshen, Indiana. It's a Mennonite school, and it has a very good nursing program.
Right.
And that was the best one of the best years of my life.
Good.
Middle school, grade school might have been okay, but middle school and high school were horrible for me.
Yeah.
Except for when I was in Australia, and I really clicked and found the group of people that I really got along with at Goshen. It's very international minded, and most of my friends were actually from other countries, and we had a blast. And I also got a good education, of course. And one of the things at Goshen that you're required to do is either take certain cultural classes on campus or go overseas with either a group from the college or on your own for at least 3 months. So I chose the latter because that was more fun. And I went to the Dominican Republic for 3 months. And it was a really, really good experience too. And then came back, graduated, and I moved down to Bloomington because I'd gotten a grant that I had to work in Indiana for 2 years. And so my intention at that point was really wanted to work with the Indian Health Service. And so I was going to work in Indiana for 2 years and then go and apply and do that. And then hence it's now almost 12 years later and I'm still here. But if I had to live anywhere in Indiana, it would be here. I wouldn't really want to live anywhere else. It's where the Indiana University is. There's a whole ton of different cultural experiences. I actually have worked, I helped, was kind of the director of the women's ministry for international women, typically often wives of Korean students, for instance, that would come over from South Korea and help them kind of get acclimated to the community and help them kind of practice their English and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and then of course I also found out that I had originally said I was lesbian, or I said I was bisexual, and then I was with around a friend who's lesbian. She said, "Oh no, you never want to say that. You just say you're lesbian." And I'm like, "Okay." And so then actually she set me up with my ex, and I was with her like for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And then she left. And so for the last year, I guess it's almost a year and a half, I guess a little over a year, I've kind of been re-finding myself, I guess, and figured out that no, I'm not just lesbian, and yes, I am bisexual. So that my possibilities were endless.
Right.
And then I was waiting to find a partner to help raise kids because as a single mom, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because I was a foster parent and I knew that, but I can't afford adoption. I can't be a foster parent again because it killed me. Emotionally anyway. I mean, it hurt like hell when they left.
Yeah.
And my biological clock is ticking, so if I find a partner, great, but I don't want to miss out on being a mom either.
Right.
So I finally, for my birthday, said, I'm going to do this. And I've been looking around. Like, I had actually thought about asking some guys I know and
Oh no.
And then, I was looking into sperm bank, but just, that's more money, and then you don't know how many times you're going to have to do it. And
Mhm.
so, I've been thinking that route. And then I just came across that website, like, I don't know, 3 days ago.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Whenever, like the day before you contacted me, I think.
Wow. That's the same day I found out about it.
That's really weird.
That's weird, is
So,
right.
and so then I thought, well, hey, maybe there's another option. So, I put my profile in there, and I've also put my profile like got plenty of fish and bisexual personals, and I still just do not haven't found anybody, So,
Yeah, I've plenty of fish, all that stuff, tried all that. Never had anything,
yeah,
nothing worked.
yeah. I found people, but that was when I was in kind of my wild phase, and I was on AFS,
Uh-huh.
Adult Friend Finder. I don't
Oh
know if you
yeah,
know it.
yeah, right,
So,
yeah. Good.
and I actually got a lot of hits from that, some good, some bad.
Yeah, I had actually met some nice
But,
people on American Friend Finder. I mean, Adult Friend
yeah,
Finder.
I have too, and it's actually not been a bad experience at
No,
all.
it's been that was good for me.
It's also taught me, how to be safe and
Right,
the way of, how to take care of yourself and things
right.
like that.
So you're not a squeamish person.
No, but sometimes that's almost a problem because it's like, I don't know, sometimes I'm not, I don't know what to word it. Like I don't take care of myself well enough. Like I kind of, because I did let like a perfect stranger come in my house and
Uh-huh.
he had sex with me, he left and he stole my phone.
Oh
And I
God.
was like, what the heck did I just do? That was when
Right,
I was in the wild phase and I was not
right,
taking care of myself well and all that stuff.
right.
So then that was an eye opener, and it's like how you wake up. You gotta take better care of yourself, and
Yeah.
so moved on.
Hmm.
I have struggled a long time with depression, and kind of been doing a lot with that, but that's getting better.
Yeah. You
So
don't sound depressed at
unfortunately,
all.
that's just a part of my family, huh?
You don't sound depressed in the slightest.
Well, I'm much better, especially now that I've decided to live my life with the way I want to live it, and to
Mm-hmm.
heck with my family.
Yeah.
Or the negative voices in my head saying, you shouldn't do that, that's not the right way to have a family, da 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 da.
Right. Right.
So,
Yes, it's all very
and
good.
honestly, like, go ahead.
Well, it's all well and good for other people to give you advice, but it doesn't apply to
Yeah.
them. Hmm.
And also, it's like meeting you, and it's like kind of a dream come true, but yeah, I'm scared shitless that you're not who you say you are, or that I'm going to get screwed, and I mean, I'm just telling you the truth, and not anything
No, sure, right.
related to you
No,
that
I like upfrontness. It's very
yeah.
refreshing. Yes.
Yeah, it's very refreshing, and I'm just a very open person, and I take people at their word when I shouldn't necessarily. So I got scammed three times on the internet this past summer.
Yeah.
One time out of a bunch of money, but the other two times I
Oh
was
no.
smart and stopped it. But so it's just like I have had some times where people have said that they're these people, and then they're not.
I see. Right.
And that kind of burns you sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I that's why I want to send you every. I mean, I can tell you, lots of detail about my life and
yeah.
people and places and things, and so you can come here anytime. You please come and visit. Come and see my world. Um,
Yeah.
it is.
So, just how would you want to do like, having me get pregnant? What is
Well,
your thoughts?
huh? Um,
Were you thinking of sending it to me, or me coming there and giving me sperm, or what did you want to do?
well, I don't. Um, I
Haven't
pre-
got that far.
I presume it takes again. I can't remember when, when Austin's mother. We
Mhm.
never really conscientiously said, "Oh, let's try." we just, we just lived our normal sex life, and one day she just said, "Oh, I found out I'm pregnant."
Yeah, yeah.
So there wasn't any like, "Oh, let's plan this day," or please screw me now because I think we really weren't trying
Mhm.
consciously to do anything. We were just, you
Yeah.
know, having sex and having a good time, and
Yeah.
and it worked.
Well, the fact is, though, that you're in Colorado and I'm in Indiana.
Yes, that is true. Um, and so, practically, again, you're much more of an expert on fertility than I am in
Mhm.
any way, shape, or form. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what in practice do you think we'd have sex about 5 times and you'd get pregnant, or do you think it's like, does it take a long time? You don't know, really, do you? I mean, it's just never know.
Well, in my research and reading and stuff, like if you have a pretty regular cycle, which I'm gonna find out the next few months,
Yeah.
if you can figure out like the time when you're about to ovulate, if then having sex the day before you ovulate and then up to 2 days afterwards, those are your most likely times that you can get pregnant.
Right.
So, if I can find that, then that basically is what we do, and then wait, and if it doesn't work, I guess try again.
Try again. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Quite so. Yes, quite. Well,
Well, that's one thing. I mean, I didn't know if you felt comfortable having sex or if you wanted to give me the sperm and have me do AI. That's one thing I was asking.
well, the fact that you've told me that you were on American Friend Finder tells me that it's not you're
Yeah.
not prudish. That's the first thing.
No.
Second of all, we both have the same objective,
Uh-huh.
and having sex is always a healthy and wonderful thing, especially with somebody you care about and have a reason
Uh-huh.
to care about.
Yeah.
And so I would say that first of all, you got to meet me and know me before you screw me. That's the
For
whole
sure.
thing. So start with
Yeah.
that. But given that, then if I need to come there, uh,
Uh-huh.
I certainly would. You know,
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
jet
one
planes
of the
go two ways.
times, pardon?
Jet planes go two directions.
Exactly, yes.
So that's not a problem.
Well, I know, but I also know your situation too.
Yeah,
So,
but this is very very important to me,
okay.
and so and my brother has to show up from time to time. He has to be, he really wants to spend time with Dad, and
Yeah.
so there will be, if I need a weekend or 4 days or whatever it is,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
he can come for that long,
Okay.
and so there's another big incentive plan for him. Last
Uh-huh.
last summer we planted 300 grapes here. It was his project.
Yeah.
We built this great
Ah.
big vineyard right outside my dad's house. And
Uh-huh.
so he's just crazy to come back and take care of his grapes. So he will.
Is he the one that lives in Kansas?
Yeah, in Kansas, in Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah, and you
All
can
right.
you can look up his nightclub and all that stuff. You can see pictures of
Yeah.
it all. Yeah. Um, if you do a search for Hen-
Okay.
Henry's on 8th in Lawrence, and
Wait.
yeah, Henrys on 8th
Uh-huh.
because it's on 8th Street
Okay.
in
That's cool.
Lawrence. That shows a picture. I went back and worked 5 months to help him build that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been going for, I don't know, 8 years, I guess. So
Huh.
it's a coffee shop on the bottom and a kind of small bar on the top.
Mhm.
And just then he bought this restaurant 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
and then the restaurant failed. He was no good at running restaurants, so
Never
so
heard of that.
it was a Shoney's originally, and then he converted it to a nightclub that opened on January 16th this year. So
Uh-huh.
so now it's
How
going
bad
good.
do you want it?
It holds about 400 people, and they've been filling it up every night. So
Wow.
that's good. Cash flow pays the overhead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So sure. Um, so
Huh?
that's our world. I mean, my brother is available to come here from time to time,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
so it isn't like I'm not, you know, it's not like I'm a critical care because Dad's, you know, like I say, I take him with me in the car. He's good for 2 3 hours at a time.
Uh-huh.
And I sent you a picture of Candace, one of the caregivers, I think, daytime
Yeah.
caregivers. Yeah. So
The
he
one
has.
that with Gus, he had
Yeah.
her dad and somebody feeding
Yeah.
him.
Yep. That's Candace. She's wonderful. She's very dedicated. She's a nurse and very dedicated to Dad. So.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of other local girls that come, and so
Uh-huh.
we have a good crew. We're very
Yeah.
fortunate, you know.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, my family's kind of dealing with that with my grandmother. She has cancer and she has dementia, and
Ah,
she did not want to be in a nursing home, so we've been trying our best to get caregivers and,
right.
have her taken care of around the clock.
Uh huh.
And I mean, for me, I'm too far away to really to do as much, but my aunt lives close by, but we've got caregivers for us.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
good.
this tiny little thing, so for us, it's not an issue in terms of lifting and that kind of
What
thing.
age is she?
Um, she actually is, I think, I can never seem to remember her age. She's over 80, but she's like between 80 and 85, I think.
Right.
Her mom lived to be 100, but
Wow.
my grandpa had cancer like 3 or 4 times and has fought it, but
Gosh.
this time it's kind of winning out.
Oh dear.
And my grandfather was a doctor, and he had rheumatoid arthritis and should have every symptom imaginable, or side effect that can happen from it.
Yeah.
So, but he just passed away 2 years ago from pancreatic cancer.
Oh God.
But he was 80, I think.
Right. So that was the two on one. That was the grandparents on one side, and what about the other side?
Yeah. My mom's dad died of a heart attack at 50, and he was like the most athletic person you ever would have met. He was coached all these different places.
Wow.
Well, maybe he's in his 60s. I can't remember. But anyway, needless to say, he had like a sudden massive heart attack. And my grandmother took my mom and my aunt as a single parent when she was in her 40s to Ghana, West Africa as a missionary.
Whoa.
And she was there for 20 years and then lived in California at Pilgrim's Place in Claremont.
Wow.
And she died when she was 92 or 93.
What a great life. Interesting.
Yeah, she had a great life.
Yeah.
And she's one person that never knew that I was bisexual, and I really wish that she would have, because I know she would have loved me unconditionally no matter what.
Yeah. Right.
And she's, one that my brother sort of does,
Uh-huh.
and then she would have been, and my aunt and uncle my aunt that's my mom's sister does. But the rest of the family has all these, thoughts about it. So yeah, they love me, but yeah, they think I'm gonna go to hell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So that sure does make life with your family not as fun as it used to be.
I have a stepbrother who's married to who's gay,
Uh-huh.
and he's actually a priest or he's a minister
Cool.
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get fed with all the day-to-day play-by-play stuff that goes on politically.
Yeah.
But Jonathan's a wonderful chap. Yeah.
California approved gay marriage and then went and took it away again.
Yeah. Well,
So
you can have controversy anywhere.
Anyway.
Hmm.
But,
So, so what do you drive?
I drive a Mazda Tribute.
That's good.
2001,
Mazdas are good.
Which I like it, but I have to go and get the brakes fixed.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I wish it got better gas miles than it does. I did have a Subaru Forester, which I love.
Oh yeah, those are great.
But when I have up until recently, I've had to say that my life has kind of been like Murphy's Law happens, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and I don't know if it was my attitude on life or what, but I finally turned the corner or whatever and feel like life's going more my way now. But I had this great Subaru, and my foster girls got taken away in a traumatic situation, and I needed to do something new, so I decided to get certified as a lactation counselor at that point. So I drove it to Wisconsin for this conference to get that certification, and I got the typical, it's, I don't know, $60,000, so you need to get all this stuff done to it. Well, trying to save money, I went to a cheaper place, which two different people had recommended to me, and the stupid idiots didn't connect the hoses correctly. So then on this drive to Wisconsin, it overheated and
no.
warped the, what's it
Heads.
called?
Warp the heads,
Cylinders,
yes.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically it ended up being like $3,000 trying to fix it, and it still wasn't right.
Right.
So then I said, okay, here's my car, and I took the Mazda Tribute.
I see, right, yeah.
But I really like it. It's like, really nice, and it has leather seats, and it has a sunroof, which I need
Yeah,
to get fixed,
that's
but
good.
it's still a sunroof, and
Right,
I really like it.
yeah.
And I keep toying with the idea of, I really would like to get a hybrid, but I just
No,
don't
not,
have the
it's
money
too
right
soon,
now.
too soon for hybrids.
You think?
Oh, yes,
So-
definitely so, yeah. Too soon.
So,
No.
they're too expensive right now.
Keep
anyway.
what you got for now, that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, so I've kind of decided I just gotta stick with it.
So as a nurse in a hospital, you have all the appropriate benefits for pregnancy and for all of that sort of thing, right? It's all built into your insurance. Well, that's wonderful.
So, yeah. So, if I would do in vitro or stuff like that, that wouldn't be covered, but I'm
Right.
not gonna go that route.
Right.
But yeah.
But
so
you get a
everything-
certain amount of leave and sort of stuff like that, or?
I can't get short-term disability because I've had depression, and so if you have that, they won't give it to you. But
you
like,
get them,
I get so many vacation hours, and
right,
I mean, I definitely can get the FMLA. It'll be unpaid leave.
right.
But,
Okay.
so I have that for sure, and then I'm just trying to build up PTO hours so that by that time
Right.
I will have paid leave. So
What is the thoughts now that you just work right up until you have the baby, or do you take time off before? What do they do? I mean, what's the?
well, it really kind of just depends on how your pregnancy goes. A
Yeah.
lot of them have worked up until it's time that they deliver and do fine. Some moms can have issues like high blood pressure or go into preterm labor or have a lot of swelling, so they may have to end up on bed rest, or they have to cut down to shorter shifts.
Right.
So they either work more days or they just lose those hours. So that kind of cuts into your maternity leave,
Right.
unfortunately.
Okay.
So it just kind of goes, that part just depends on how the pregnancy goes, which is
Right.
why I'm working so hard to get my weight off so that my pregnancy will go.
Yeah, I'm sure that's important.
Yeah, but it's so freaking hard.
I'm sure. Yes.
I've lost 20 and I've stayed at 20 for the last month.
Right.
So I gotta I didn't exercise tonight because I didn't leave work until late.
Right.
So my goal is to exercise 5 days a week, and the first 2 weeks that I had that goal, I made it to 4.
Uh-huh.
And the last few weeks I
That's
was
good.
sick, and then this week it's just been chaotic, and
Right.
so
What's your target weight?
target weight is 200.
200.
So I still have 67 more pounds to go.
Wow.
But I don't know. I'm still debating. I really would like to shoot for August because I love spring.
Uh-huh.
And if I had the baby in the springtime, then I could be off during the spring. But I just don't see how I'm going to miraculously lose 60 by August. So
Right.
we'll see what happens.
Wow.
I may just fudge and get pregnant and then lose the rest while I'm pregnant.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. We'll see how. I guess I just have to see how I'm doing terms of health and stuff like that.
Right.
To the side of life.
And how tall are you?
I'm only 5'4".
5'4".
Short.
Yeah, right.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
How old are you, by the way?
I am 59.
59.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yep. But realistically, I'm about, I mean, biologically, I'm 59, but, you know, I don't smoke, I work out, I mean, I do all the right stuff. And my
Yeah.
genetics are great, and so,
Mhm.
so that means,
Yeah.
I figure I'm really like about 49
Mhm.
or less. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's my thinking.
Mhm.
And as genetics improve and stuff, it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to make a big difference.
Mhm.
So, I'm not worried about it because, as I say, the genetic engineering is coming along, and
Mhm.
there'll be lots of things that make it possible for people to get to sustain life far into
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah.
So, you know, I expect to live to be at
Yeah.
least 110.
Mhm.
So, there you
I'm
110.
shooting for 100. That's fine for me.
Yeah, well,
But that's not. If
there'll
I
be
keep
choices.
this weight off, that's not gonna happen.
There will be choices, yeah. There will be choices, right. So,
Yeah.
I've got to get Poppy's medications here, and I got to walk him.
Well.
Time's up, so
Yeah.
you
And
probably
I'm
need
gonna
to
go get
sleep.
to bed because I work tomorrow. So.
Oh, I do? Okay, all right.
All right. Well.
All right, good night, my dear.
All right.
Uh,
Good talking to you.
Okay, cheerio.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh my God, my target weight is 200, and she weighs 267 pounds, and she's 5'4". Oh God.